Governor Mutfwang receives delegation from Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, calls for support from Stabilization Fund. Stakeholders emphasize need for partnership to address slow pace of criminal justice delivery. Plateau government commences rehabilitation of water treatment plants in local government areas. We are glad you could join us on Panorama today in Jos. I am Felicia Dalio Samaila. Do remember you can follow this news broadcast live on our website nta.ng/live and on YouTube channel the NTA News Online and on other social media platforms showing on your screen. President Bola Tinubu has directed security agencies to check the activities of food hoarding across the country as part of measures to reduce hardship in the country. This is coming after an emergency closed-door meeting with state governors to profile solutions. State House correspondent Abdulrahman Jibrila reports.
Arrival of the governors at the council chamber with speculations on expected positive outcome from the meeting. Then the president arrives. The closed-door meeting ended and journalists were briefed on the outcome of the meeting, which is expected to be a continuous move towards addressing the challenges confronting the nation.
The National Security Advisor, the Director General of the State Services, the Inspector General of Police have been directed to coordinate with the state governors to look at the issue of those hoarding commodities. At this point that the nation requires food to be brought out to the people so that we can control prices and put food on the table of most Nigerians. Other commodity traders are busy hoarding these commodities so that Nigerians will suffer or they will make more money as a result. So the governors and Mr. President have taken this decision that security agencies will cooperate or collaborate with the state governors to ensure that this ends.
The government is also considering the possibility of creating state police.
Mr. President and the state governors have all agreed that at this point we are seeing significant improvement in security situation around the country. Of course, this is not to say that the security situation has been solved completely, but we have seen significant improvement. There is also a discussion around the issue of state police. The federal government and the state governments are mulling the possibility of setting up state police. Of course, this is still going to be further discussed. A lot of work has to be done in that direction, but both the federal government and the state governments are agreeing to the necessity of having state police.
On the price regulations of food items, the federal government says it is planning on investing more in agriculture to discourage food importation.
There will be no need for food importation at this point. Nigeria has the potential to feed itself and even be a next exporter of food items to other countries. And we do not also want to reverse some of the progress we have seen in terms of food production in this country. What we are seeing now is just a temporary difficulty that will soon go away.
The minister said a committee has been constituted to follow up on all issues discussed for the prosperity of Nigeria. From the State House, Abraham Jibrila, NTA News.
As part of a holistic approach to repositioning the national housing and urban development sector to meet the present and future needs of Nigerian families nationwide, President Bola Tinubu has approved the reconstitution of the executive management teams of parastatals under the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Chief Ajuri Nglales, indicates that Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has Shehu Usman Osidi as Managing Director, CEO. Ibidapo Odojukan is the Executive Director, Finance and Corporate Services. Executive Director, Loans and Mortgage Services has Mohammed Sani Abdu. Executive Director, Business Development and Portfolios, MS Chinenye Anosike. The statement also adds that Federal Housing Authority, FHA, Managing Director, CEO, Oyetunde Oladimeji Ojo, Executive Director, Housing, Finance and Accounts, Matthias Tewese Bien, Executive Director, Business Development, Umar Dankaning Abdullahi, Executive Director, Project Implementation, Oluremi Omoyewe, Executive Director, State Estate Services, Ezekiel Inya Etok. In view of President Bola Tinubu's historic approval of the establishment of building materials hubs across all 6 of the nation's geopolitical zones, financing and establishment of a national social housing fund for low-income and vulnerable groups, and land reforms to collaboratively streamline access to land across all states and unlock nearly $300 billion of debt capital in the sector, his expectations are high that the above-named appointees will hit the ground running in the delivery of affordable housing for millions of Nigerians in need, while providing millions of new job opportunities for Nigeria's talented youth population presently searching for work. In furtherance of his determination to bring world-class standards to Nigerian public health administration and to manifest his commitments to delivery affordable and quality care to all Nigerians under governance and regulatory frameworks commensurate with international best practice, President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment and reappointment of the following board chairpersons and chief executive officers under the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Chief Ajuri Nglale, says National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has Dr. Mansour Kabir as board chairperson and Professor Moji Adeyeye as chief executive officer. National Blood Service Commission, NBSC, Professor Abba Zubairu as board chairperson, while the chief executive officer is Dr. Saleh Yuguda. Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria board chairperson, Professor Afolabi Lassi. Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Fatima Kyari. Pharmacists Council of Nigeria board chairperson, Wasilat Giwa. Chief Executive Officer, Ibrahim Ahmed. Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria board chairperson, Dr. Babajide Solako. Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Tosan Erabo. Modibo Adama University Teaching Hospital, Yola. Chief Medical Director, CEO, Professor Adamuji Bakari. Irua Specialist Teaching Hospital, Irua. Chief Medical Director, CEO, Professor Ruben Ifediye. Furthermore, as part of efforts to bolster the resiliency of Nigeria's public health surveillance and security architecture, President Bola Tinubu approved the appointment of Dr. Olajide Idris as the new Director General, Chief Executive Officer of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, to assume office on February 19, 2024. Moreover, it is pertinent to note that President Tinubu has painstakingly considered the wealth of experience of each qualified and aforementioned Nigerian who will be tasked with driving his renewed hope agenda in the sector, some details of which include the following. The President expects that the new leadership across this critical human development sector will substantially raise the standards of healthcare service delivery for the exclusive benefit of all strata of the Nigerian population, as his administration is committed to implementing a whole-of-government approach to transforming the sector to enhance aggregate national quality of life and productivity, owing to the high cost of historical underperformance in the sector. The President anticipates the immediate and effective implementation of new policy frameworks to reposition the sector under the able leadership of the coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Mohammed Ali Pate. Now, Plateau State will soon benefit from the National Stabilization Funds meant for state development. This was when Governor Caleb Mutfwang received the delegation from Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission. Grace Akwe-Kotip has details.
The Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission is in Plateau State for the second time this year. Their activities include investigating the revenue status of the state, its contributions to the nation's GDP, and suggestions for approval on the request made by Governor Caleb Mutfwang to the federal government access support from Stabilization Fund towards improving socio-economic growth of the people. Governor Mutfwang says agriculture has remained the nerve center of the Plateau people.
Food security for our people is our contribution to the national food basket that is important. And so you need to look at this dispassionately. Apart from that, there are other fallouts, infrastructure has been destroyed in several ways. There are schools that have been taken over by bandits, which means that the children who should have access to education through those schools can no longer go to those schools.
Hajia Salamatu Mohammed Bala, Commissioner representing Adamawa and leader of the delegation, explained to the governor that the visit aims at ensuring Plateau State accesses the necessary stabilization fund from the federal government.
After this team will go and then also present what we have seen to the Committee of Indices and Disbursement. And when we do, that is now when we recommend to the whole commission what we think Plateau State deserves to get from the stabilization fund.
The team assured government of a close collaboration with the Ministry of Finance for a successful result. In Jos, Grace Akwe-Kotip, NTA News.
Governor Caleb Mutfwang has donated dental facilities to University of Jos ahead of accreditation of the dentistry program by the National Universities Commission, NUC. Ijoma Ozemena has details.
The dental facilities worth more than 50 million naira to be used by the university's Faculty of Dental Sciences are to enable its secure full accreditation. Handing over the facilities to the university's Vice Chancellor, Professor Ishaya Tanku, Governor Caleb Mutfwang described the presentation of the state-of-the-art dental facilities as a priority due to the importance of training manpower needs to service the health sector.
Making modern dental services available is a passion. And I've said it to the Commissioner of Health that we want to be able to make sure that we cover the entire state. At least one per senatorial zone, there must be some dental facilities. And so it's a great pleasure to contribute towards the training of the manpower that will service that critical health sector.
The Vice Chancellor of the institution expressed appreciation to government for giving them hope, assuring him of judicious utilization of the facilities.
The third problem you have solved for us is the problem moving towards accreditation. We're very helpful. We know that we will have an accreditation, both the professional and the academic accreditation.
This is not just for the University of Jos, it's for Jos University Children's Hospital too, because the patients that will be coming will access services, dental services here at this dental facility that has been provided. And most of the patients that come here, of course, Your Excellency, they are citizens of Plateau State and beyond.
The facilities are expected to serve patients from neighboring states. In Jos, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Now, people of Boko's local government area of Plateau State are to heave sigh of relief as state government commences rehabilitation of water projects in rural communities. Priscilla Grumnan reports. Potable water supply has been the bane of rural settlements over the years. This development prompted the state government to commence rehabilitation of water and sanitation projects, particularly in rural communities of Bokos, Lantang North, and Wasi, to alleviate the sufferings of rural dwellers. The projects include rehabilitation of water treatment plants and construction of new water tanks, networking the benefiting communities with pipes, as well as drilling of boreholes to connect with the plants. State Commissioner for Water Resources and Energy assures the communities that when completed, the projects will improve their welfare.
Over 50 communities will benefit from simple water supply. That is the construction of new hand pumps. Also, plans are on the way to rehabilitate most of the broken down water facilities in the rural areas of Plateau State.
The team of experts, headed by officials of the Plateau State Municipal Water Supply and Sanitation Agency, Plamwasa, toured facilities located in Wasi, Bokos, and Lantang North to enable the contractors commence work in earnest. The benefiting communities appreciate the state government for the initiatives.
All hands on deck to harness the blessed resources by supporting the present government of the time is now.
It's Arab nation. We are very happy.
We have commissioned and handed over to Plateau State government for continuous operation and maintenance for the benefits of the people of Lantang South.
The team inaugurated Sabongida Water Supply Scheme in Lantang, constructed by the Federal Ministry of Water Resources. In Jos, Priscilla Grumnan, NTA News. And the General Manager, Plateau Municipal Water Supply and Sanitation Agency, Plamwasa, Julius Akau, is in the studio to shed more light on efforts by government to tackle issues of water challenges in rural communities of the state. Sir, we are glad to have you join us on the program this afternoon.
Thank you.
Now, what is the mandate? Let's begin this way. What is the mandate of the Plateau State Municipal Water Supply and Sanitation Agency?
Thank you. The mandate of the Plateau State Municipal Water Supply Sanitation Agency in the state is to make sure that the people of the municipal areas of the state, like the local government headquarters, enjoy potable drinking water within the state. Initially, it was being supplied by or handled by the Plateau State Water Board. It is in view of this that the water shortage in the state became so critical that the government have to create an agency to take care of the municipal areas in order to reduce water shortages in the state.
Okay, having said that, we still have rural communities facing water supply challenges in some parts. What is the government doing to address such issues?
With this, the introduction of the SOWASH program by the World Bank being supported by the state government, it is in view of this that the state government have taken it down to the grassroots to make sure the people within the rural areas will start benefiting. We have started already with the rehabilitations of treatment plants within those local governments. For now, we have started with 3 local governments that are benefiting, and we are not going to end there. It's a program that will take up to 6 years of the administration.
Okay, now out of these 17 local governments, you have said that 3 local governments are already benefiting. Can you shed more light on that? What are the measures being put in place?
Yes, we have started with 3 local governments that we are not ending there. The 3 local governments that have started presently, we will continue. Presently, we have also started activities of mobilizing our supervisors to Mangu local government to see how it can be co-opted within this month. After the next 1 year, we will begin to bring other local governments within the city to also benefit.
Okay, do you have any other message regarding the issue of water supply, especially in the rural areas?
Our major challenges in the rural areas is people do not take government property serious. Government will spend a lot of money in trying to see the change, the lifestyle of the people, but because of poor maintenance, they don't consider the projects to be their own. And those are the challenges we are having within the local governments.
Okay, I must thank you very much, the General Manager, Plateau Municipal Water Supply and Sanitation Agency, Julius Akao. Thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you.
Panorama will continue shortly.
The counsel of our fathers.
I will urge and advise our younger generation to use talent and brain to sort out problems, not arms.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation.
My advice to these young people is please do not take us back to those harrowing days. You probably do not know what it is.
I believe we have fought one civil war too many in this country. So those who experience it will run away from it.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation together.